Okay, we are live, it looks like. So welcome to the Guitar Collection Weekly live stream. Here we are on a lovely Tuesday morning, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you some amazing guitars today. All Spanish makers of just incredible fame and so much character with these different instruments. Not to mention they are all just aesthetically beautiful guitars. Can't wait to share them with you. I'm going to give everyone here a little bit of a chance to arrive because I am sure that this YouTube is sending out notifications to folks, and it will take a second for people to arrive. But once you have, please let me know where you're tuning in from, what guitar you're looking forward to seeing or hearing. And I'd love to say hello and see where you're tuning in from. By the way, I've been turning monetization off on these live streams because I don't want you to have to deal with ads. But let me know if you still get ads from YouTube. I'm really curious. I'm realizing I got my shortest footstool here, but I'm going to readjust it. And I always like to remind folks that if you are watching this after the fact, of course, you can use the timestamps below the video, or if you sort of go along where you would select a different part of the video on YouTube, you'll see that there's chapters on these videos so that you can go to listen to whichever guitar that you would like, or maybe even better, you go to the beginning of each guitar where I actually start introducing the instrument rather than blabbering. So that way it's sometimes an over an hour long live stream. You don't have to hunt for anything, but you can just find it easily, instant gratification. That's what we like. I'm kidding, of course. Okay, we have some people tuning in here, so welcome. I just turned down the settings a little bit here because I don't want to peak the microphones, which it looks like I'm still doing because this guitar is very loud that I'm currently holding. I'm going to tune it a little bit actually. So if you're just jumping in, say hello. I am here in sunny Austin, Texas. It's going to be a hot day today. There we go. Hopefully the air conditioning isn't too intrusive to this video because I've got to have it going. Otherwise, I'm going to be miserable presenting these guitars to you. Let's see how it looks now or sounds. Well, I've got some really cool guitars to show you here today. Before I really even get started with this stream, which I normally give everyone a few minutes to get started. So I'm going to be showing you this Jose Oribe from the year 2007. It's a Gran Suprema. And look at this Cocobolo back and sides. Yeah, Dragos sees it. What's up, man? It is beautiful looking. And then after that, I'll be sharing with you this Manuel Contreras II right here, which this guitar was won in a prize by Marcin Dylla back in 2004. And my gosh, is this thing a killer. I can't wait to show you. It's gorgeous. I mean, if you look at the photos, which I've only shared on the Instagram, and none of these guitars are on the website yet. But if you look at the photos, this thing is just stunning. I mean, look at it up close. I just love the purflings on this guitar and the rosette, the tie block. It's just all classy. And then you flip it around, Madagascar rosewood on the back and sides. What do you guys think? Cocobolo or Madagascar here? I'm trying to lean them so they shine nicely. So we'll be getting to that. And by the way, my gosh, both these guitars are kind of giants. The Oribe is very, very heavy. I mean, it feels like a small min weight. And then the Oribe is, wait, did I say that right? The Contreras is extremely heavy. The Oribe is actually fairly lightweight, but it's 656 scale. So it is a little bit bigger, but actually extremely comfortable to play. And 6 millimeters bigger than the normal scale is not that crazy. All right, Dennis says, hello, ready to hear some nice guitars? All right, welcome, Dennis. And speaking of nice guitars, Nice Guitar says the sound is not distorted on our end when you say you're peaking. Oh, that's good to hear. I'm just careful because sometimes I reuse these clips from the live streams and I don't want it to be poor audio quality. I actually have to figure out how to get a limiter on my live stream audio, but I think the program that I use, Streamlabs, isn't compatible with the limiter that I use. So I've got to do some toying around. I always tell myself I'm going to do it, and I haven't yet. So I'm just leaving it raw. You guys can crank up your systems or not. There, I'll be very safe. See, even there I hit a little bit of red on that low. Anyhow, I'm not going to hit it that hard. Wow, we have 12 people here already. I think that's a record for 7 minutes in. So very cool. I'm so excited about how this channel is growing. There's like something like close to 500 of you new people coming every month. So I'm excited about it. I'm releasing more than 2 videos every week. That's plus live streams as well. And well, I'm excited to get sharing some guitars with you. I mentioned already that I'm going to be sharing this Jose Oribe Gran Suprema from the year 2007, which comes with a really special story. This Manuel Contreras from the year 2004 that was won by Marcin Dylla, of course, the famous Polish guitarist and GFA winner and my, guitar extraordinaire. And then this very different but amazing Spanish guitar, this Vicente Arias, a contemporary of Antonio de Torres, from the year 1893. And this is really a special specimen, walnut back and sides. I'm not going to bang this thing up during the live stream either, I swear. So you'll have to stick around for the last guitar to see that one. And these will certainly outweigh that one in volume by a lot, but maybe not in character, because that thing has more than 130 years of age to it. How crazy is that? Have some quick math too. Well, oh, can we see that spiky headstock of this guitar? Maybe you mean this one, this Oribe. Look at that headstock. You know what? You don't want to get anywhere near this. I might just get out of control and get a little pokey with it, Yeah, it's pretty spiky, but it's got a lot of peaks, I would say. A lot of peaks. I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 peaks to represent the 7 fan bracings of this guitar. No, I'm kidding. I'm being cheesy. Okay, folks, we're going to get started. Let me know where you're tuning in from, if you're just joining in, or if you're watching this after the fact. If you're watching this when you're off work or driving, whatever the case is, let me know where you're tuning in from. I always love to see it, and it always surprises me how many of you watch these videos after the fact. Like hundreds and hundreds of views sometimes in the same day of you all watching this after the fact. So it's really cool, and I'm glad that nowadays this feature exists of timestamps to where you can skip around. But let's get started, and I'm going to present the first guitar to you once I'm done polishing my nails here so that I sound good. Oh, cool, ASDG. Well, that's going to be very cool that your dad was good friends with Jose Oribe, because that actually ties in with the story of this exact guitar. So, cool. Oh, and David Schramm, similar story. Awesome. Welcome, David, and welcome ASDG and Dragos. Good to see you all. Today, we are going to get started with this guitar here. This is a Jose Oribe Gran Suprema, got it all, from the year 2007. Now, this guitar has a really special story that I'd like to share with you. This guitar is in absolutely perfect condition. You would think that even though this guitar is made in 2007, you would think it was finished yesterday. And that is integral to the story that I'm about to tell you about this instrument. This guitar was actually gifted to a contractor or a constructor that did work on Jose Oribe's house, and there was actually a several guitar payment, and they stored these guitars until he retired from the contracting business in order to have like as a little bit of a retirement fund to sell. So this is one of those very guitars. It is in perfect condition. It is very new. So if you've ever wanted to own a Jose Oribe guitar, which are really great popular guitars here, this is an amazing one. And check this out. Look at the woods on the back and sides of this. This is about the most unreal cocobolo that I've ever seen in my life. Look at that. I mean, it's kind of hard to put into words exactly what it is about it that makes it so special. I think it's that the grain is so different everywhere you look, right? You have this really light colored sapwood on the edges, the center and the other edge, of course, and then that same sapwood in the center. But then you have this type of round grain here on the close to the center, but not the dead center. And then you have this darker cocobolo on the outside. And it is just stunning. It's that type of guitar that right when you flip them around, you're just like, okay. I mean, you could just flip it around for just a half second and you see how amazing the guitar looks, right? So anyhow, looking at some of the specs of the guitar, this is a traditionally braced guitar. This is a cedar top. It is 656 scale. So that's 656 millimeters from the nut to the saddle, the length of the strings basically. And that's 6 millimeters bigger than the typical scale length, 650. I have to say that if I wasn't told to have 656, I wouldn't really notice it. The neck is kind of on the wider, chunkier side, but it's not too thick of a neck. It's not like some of the guitars, it's not like a Friedrich or a Ramirez neck. It's a bit more comfortable to play. And I have to say the action is really superbly set up. It's nice and low, very easy to play. And I can't wait to get to the sound. But before I do, we're gonna move on to this headstock that has a really beautifully distinct pattern here. Like I was saying before, this has 7 little peaks to it here. It's its own distinct design, and I actually quite like it. It's not too long. I often don't like these headstocks that are really pointy at the end. And then the tuners look like something very basic here, maybe not even Goto, but that's something that you could upgrade to match the quality of the rest of this guitar. But you know what I really like is on this headstock, there's all sorts of little small details in the way that it's rounded here from the slots that you don't see a lot of luthiers doing. Even up here at the tips where you have these different peaks, there's rounding. And it just looks like a little bit more polished, perfect of an instrument. So, shall we see how this guitar sounds? I think so. It is huge. Listen to this. It has this sound that when you push into it, it doesn't sound, well, you know, maybe this is because of the cedar top, but it doesn't sound like it's being driven in this super Spanish guitar way. It still has this dark character, which I have to say I'm a huge fan of. I really like these guitars with dark characters. But you still get a brightness here. Oh, listen to that. The colors are just outstanding on this. Let's play a few more things and I'll shut my mouth. That's really something. I mean, sometimes you're just missing this huge palette of colors. Listen to that. It is just so full of life, so full of overtones. Super, super cool. Isn't that nice? I mean, my gosh, it's such a beautiful sounding guitar. It's such a beautiful looking guitar. And I have to say, I feel like I'm making music really easily on this thing. Nice sustain too. Listen to something like La Catedral by Barrios. Wow. This guitar is just captivating to play. Everything is really interesting on it. I mean, how you can really turn the melody on a dime to be bright. I didn't even experiment with that. You know, it's so hard to explain and to even process why on some guitars, when you go for a really bright sound, it doesn't sound like this superficial bright sound that sounds like fake and nothing really interesting about it, but just like tight or something. You know, some guitars, you play that really bright sound and it just sounds tight, not really even interesting, so you avoid that area. But on a guitar like this, the bright sound has the character of another instrument, you know? Isn't that beautiful? And then the dark sounds, you know. Well, what a cool guitar. This has been this Jose Oribe from the year 2007. It's his Gran Suprema model, 656, signed by Jose Oribe. And it is a really special guitar. If you missed the beginning of this presentation, this guitar was a gift from Jose Oribe to someone that was a constructor on his house. and they hadn't been sold until just recently. So it hasn't been played or sold until recently, and it is in perfect condition. There are no dents, dings, scratches, raschiato marks. There's nothing. It looks like it was finished yesterday. So these are very difficult guitars to get these days, especially in this condition. If you're looking for an amazing Spanish guitar, I guarantee you'll be surprised by the price of this too. So send me a message. It's not on the website yet. Probably will be in the next couple of weeks. But yes, Jose Oribe from the year 2007. All right, I have to make sure I don't bang the other guitar here. They are very close to one another. So let me actually just pick up this one and then swap them out. That's the plan, actually. That makes more sense, and I will actually space this out a little bit more so we're not in danger of that. It's sort of a fear of mine. Why don't I just crush a guitar on a live stream one of these times, huh? Okay. Cool. Let's see if we got some questions here. Cool. What's up, Mike? Michael Witt. Hey, good to see you. Oh my gosh, yes, we'll get to the Arias in a moment. It is incredible. Look at this thing. Here it is from the year 1893. Can't wait to show that to y'all. Happy Tuesday, y'all. Good to see you. Hello, James. Hello, Thanasis. And, oh yeah. Oh, cool. I'm reading up above here. Awesome. Cool. Well, let's, hey, thanks so much, David. Let's move on to the next guitar here. Wow. So much to say about this one. But let me get it tuned up before I say anything. Oh, cool. Christopher says he has got a 1965 Oribe long scale. It's my primary build, and sound is incredible. Amazing. Cool, Chris. I would love to hear that sometime. I have to say I was really blown away by that guitar. Oh, you know, I want to mention. So sometimes people watching these streams will write to me during the stream, which is cool. Don't worry, you can totally do that. But sometimes people write to me during the stream interested in this guitar, interested in the guitars I'm talking about to purchase. And I have to tell you that this Oribe right here comes with one of the coolest cases I've ever seen. It looks like a Mark Leaf case, like the shape of it looks like, you know, it's not rounded like this to fit the body of the guitar. It's, I don't have it in the room here, otherwise I would show you. But it's brand new with a case cover, and you open it up, and it's got this compartment that I swear you could fit an iPad inside of. It's huge, and I mean, the compartment's huge. The case actually, you would guess that, I don't know, it's kind of strange how it works when it doesn't have that cutout. It's just so much more spacious looking inside. It's a beautiful looking case. So anyhow, that's a cool little thing that comes along with the Jose Oribe, and it's branded Jose Oribe and everything as well. So cool. I was going to tune this Contreras and then tell you about it. By the way, y'all, there's a chance that I have guitar deliveries arriving during this live stream. I think I have 7 guitars arriving today. So I am really, from different companies too, DHL, UPS, and FedEx. So at any point there could be an arrival here, and I don't think I'll have to jet unless I personally have to sign for it. But anyways, back to the stream. Really special guitar to share with you here. Okay. Here we have a Manuel Contreras II from the year 2004, and this is his 10th anniversary model. This guitar was won in a prize by Marcin Dylla in the year 2004 at a competition, and it has been kept in amazing shape, although played a whole lot. In fact, the action has been lowered and the frets have been replaced with higher frets so that it's a little bit easier to play. Also, the tuners have been replaced with much higher quality tuning machines, and it is a super special instrument. And I have to say, the first Manuel Contreras guitar that I've been super impressed with. Let me show you some of the details of this instrument before I get into the sound of it. This has a beautiful top. I mean, the spruce top is gorgeous, but then when you take a look at the purflings of this guitar and the rosette, it just glows. And definitely check out the high quality images on guitarcollection.com. You'll be able to see them in stunning detail. And I have to say, like, as far as just the front of the guitar looks, it's one of my favorites I've ever seen. It just glows. So definitely check it out. Then, when you turn it around, the back and sides are Madagascar rosewood. It is incredible quality. There are no cracks in it. Really nicely French polished. And just has some really nice light streaks in it here too. And I have to tell you right off the bat, this is a two-handed type of guitar. With one arm, it is hard to hold. It is very, very heavy. I mean, you can think Smallman heavy. And of course, he lined the backs and the sides with more layers of wood. It is an extremely heavy instrument, but when you set it on your lap, you feel like it's not going to go anywhere. I use one of these grippy pads, but you don't even need that. I mean, this guitar just sits there. It's like anchored to you. So it is really cool in that way. It feels great in your lap. And I have to say, some of these guitars that are really heavy, you feel like you're separated from the sound in some way. And I have to explain that to sometimes when people come and visit and they're interested in a particular instrument, maybe it's a Smallman or something really heavy like this. I'll say, hey, you know, you should really hear it from the other side so that you can hear the volume. This guitar is not that way. Somehow it's extremely loud. You still feel the guitar from behind, but it's really heavy. So just take a listen to the sound, and I'll get into more of the aesthetic details in a second. I'm forgetting some things. I haven't talked about the headstock, but I'll get there. Listen to this. Really incredible sustain. The notes just pop right off this guitar. It's a very, very responsive. It's super cool in that way. Gotta tune it up just a little bit. Still a little out of tune. Sorry, it's getting hot in here. I'm sharp. That's the deal. That's nice, great. Perfectly in tune. Yeah, so listen a little bit of this Jose Oribe. I just said listen to this Jose Oribe. So, I should say again, listen to a little bit of this Manuel Contreras II. Is really, really sensitive. You know, I find that the dynamic range of this guitar is super impressive. And it's impressive in this way that, I don't know, you feel like the guitar is giving you exactly what your fingers are putting into the instrument. When I do this, I feel that same, like, you know, my fingers are plucking the strings very lightly. And you can tell that, right? And when when I push a little bit harder, it just so quickly responds. If I want to go quiet, loud, quiet, right? It's amazing, you know? Really impressive. And yes, the sustain is really well across the wire, Chris says. Yep. Nice guitar, says Contreras. Somehow almost produces a surreal sound. Yeah, right? Oh, Baruz, good to see you. I went to Oribe's studio many years ago. A very hospitable, nice gentleman. Oh, that's nice to hear. It's always great when luthiers are nice people too, you know? You can feel better about playing their guitars. Let's try a little bit of La Catedral on this one. Isn't that incredible? The basses also carry for so long. I mean, listen, if I don't stop this low E, I'll do it again. You hear it still going? So it's like I go from this chord. You hear it? It's still ringing. It's this type of thing, like you play a group of chords for a long time on different instruments, and then you notice these subtle differences. That's why I say whenever you're comparing guitars, always try to play things that you know. In fact, one of my little pet peeves, and it's okay if you come here and you do this, or you do this on different guitars, but one of my little pet peeves are people that will bring sheet music with them to try new guitars out or an instrument that they're interested with. And I understand, like, not everyone has a bunch of things memorized, but when you're working on a piece that you don't know really well, that you haven't been playing a long time, you don't really know what you're looking for in comparison to your own guitar. So it's really good to play things that you play often. So sometimes you hear new characteristics in the pieces that you've known for years when you play other guitars. So speaking of, I'll play something that I play in every video. It's such a beautiful guitar to control. It's just so easy to control. It's so easy to get inspiring sounds. Really cool. There's this earthiness to the basses that's just so cool. Amazing. Well, I shouldn't forget to reiterate myself here. This guitar was won by Marcin Dylla, the GFA winning Polish guitarist, in a prize in the year 2004. It's been kept in great condition, although played. There's little marks here and there on this guitar. There's a string ding that was repaired, new frets installed, better tuners installed. I mean, it's decked out, extremely playable. So if you've been looking for a great Contreras guitar, that's a special part of history, as well as one that's really easy to play and quite beautiful too, then this might be the perfect guitar for you here. Look at the headstock. I never really covered that, but it's got some really cool inlay work here. Let me get it close to the camera so it'll focus. It'll take a moment. I mean, it's a little extreme, but it really matches the character of this guitar. It's also very heavy, so watch out for that. If you're not really fond of heavy guitars, it may not be for you. But a lot of times, until people try one of these heavier guitars, they don't really understand the appeal. It's so nice how it sits here in your lap. And like I was saying earlier, it's very surprising how much you feel the sound behind the guitar, even though it's such a heavy instrument. Okay. So, hello, Don from LA. Very cool. Hey, good to see you here. Chris says sustain seems quite well. Oh, yeah, thank you. Surround. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it produces surround sound. Oh, yeah. Did I read that and think surreal? Wow. Awesome. Well, I have to show you all the gem of today's stream. And, a gem mostly because, well, for several reasons, but one, just because of how old this guitar is and how incredible of condition it is. By the way, none of the guitars that I've shown you yet today are on the website. So if you're interested in any of them, just drop me an email. It's okay if you're just curious. We can talk a little bit about it. But today, I have the pleasure of sharing you for the first time on anything, but on a live stream here. I'm going to be sharing with you this 1893 Vicente Arias guitar. Now, Arias many times is referred to as the forgotten luthier. In fact, maybe most famously in the book published on his guitars, which is fascinating, by the way. I think you should check it out. And I believe there's issue.com. Actually, you can read the entire book without purchase. I am a gem. Right. Anyways, yes, this Vicente Arias guitar is something really, really special. He's a contemporary of Antonio de Torres, although we don't know if they met or if they, of course they knew of each other. Especially, you could tell from his headstock design here. This has got to be inspired by Torres's. And they were building guitars at the same time of different parts of the country of Spain. But wow, I have to tell you, it's so cool to get to know this guitar. In fact, I had the chance to play this guitar before I even considered that it was for sale. And I posted a video of it. In fact, you can find that on my YouTube channel. On this YouTube channel. That's right. My gosh, is it special. Now, I have to say, of course, it's not going to be as loud as modern guitars, but the evenness, the resonance, and just the sheer tone of this thing is just so special. And I can't wait to share it with you. And in fact, I'm not even convinced I'm going to sell this one. I think it's such a cool thing to have around, and I have so much fun playing it. Before I play it for you, I have to tell you, of course, it is a spruce top. It has aged over many years. We have a walnut back and sides here, which actually was a less common use wood of his. We've got the original neck, fingerboard, and frets. I mean, these frets are so low, it almost feels like a fretless guitar. But it is really cool that it has that. Now, his fingerboards, especially if you read this book, are oftentimes walnut that he stained to be darker to look like ebony. And I have to say, you're not fooled very much on this one. It's a lighter color wood. It doesn't look like ebony. But really neat that that is original. We've got these likely Baker tuners, or the original tuners on this guitar. Many of these guitars at the time were converted from peg heads, just, a number of years after they were built. They were converted from pegs to tuning machines. So we can't be sure if that's the case here, but these slots you can see in many different guitars in that book that he made for these strings here. You can see how it slots inwards here. Let me let it focus. You can find this example on many other Arias guitars. Anyways, it's about the sound of this thing. It's so special. I have to say the action is really, really low, and I would like to get a new nut and saddle made to raise it up so it doesn't buzz as easily. But I'm going to try to treat it very carefully, not overly make it buzz. But I can't wait to show this to you, and you guys got to let me know what you think. Clicking over here. Okay, great. Listen to this. Isn't that something? It's just such a cool sound. I mean, it's very responsive. It's just so nice. Hi, John. Yeah, it sounds nice, man. 1893. And this guitar, by the way, is an absolute feather. It's so light. I mean, You can almost put your pinky here and balance the guitar. It's so light. It is just so much fun to play. It's one of the best sounding older guitars I've ever played. And gosh, I guess it's kind of hard to quantify what I mean by best. It is so interesting to play. I mean, the evenness is impressive. Like, it is actually very, very even. And it appeases like a modern ear too. What was I just thinking about playing for you? I just had an idea. Oh, let's see. Wow, what am I doing? Here we go. Oops, I gotta find the A. It reminds me of this Torres that I played many years ago. I think the year is 2016. And it was maybe the most remarkable guitar that I'd ever played. And it is just... It actually has a surprising amount of volume and so much resonance. It's as if every note you play on the treble strings equally lights up the guitar. Like... Isn't that amazing? So neat. So again, this has been a Vicente Arias from the year 1893. It's more than 130 years old. Isn't that something? I mean, this guitar is so cool, and they're just so fragilely built. There's no support under the bridge. It's just 7 fan braced under here. And the peones are super widely spaced apart, which is always very odd to see, but you'll also see in the Vicente Arias book that he often did that. And it's also such an easy to play guitar. So anyhow, this also isn't listed yet on guitarcollection.com, but all 3 of the instruments I have played for you and showed you today, this Vicente Arias, the Jose Oribe here, this was the first one I shared with you, with the cocobolo back and sides, as well as the Manuel Contreras from the year 2004 that was a prize guitar for Marcin Dylla. These instruments have all been photographed, so I have high quality photos of each one of these that I can share with you if you send me an email. But besides all that, thank you all so much for watching. I've got a few other things here to do today, as well as several guitars being delivered. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your week, and be on the lookout for a new video release tomorrow, I believe, as well as Sunday. So I'll talk to you soon, and thanks so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.